Okay, so I found another issue. This radiator is just completely pressed in. Alright, so this is going to be a few things that we found wrong, I guess, with the vehicle, or maybe repaired or not repaired and just kind of imperfect. So after I've calmed down and I've breathed, I can now objectively look at it and say, okay, here's a couple things that don't look right. So starting here, a little bit of a paint imperfection there, some hairline cracks. There's no flaking, there's no rust. Just looks like maybe, I don't know, this was like flexing at some point and maybe cracked the paint. And then there's a little bit of a chip right here in the hood. I'm not sure if it's rubbing here because I don't see any chips here. So it could have just been like, I don't know, a rock or something, but kind of weird. Let's see what else.
Some cracks here too.
And over here, looks like they did some sort of a repair here. Looks like thumbtacks or something. Interesting. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that, but I mean, it looks like it's okay. We have a bit of a dent down here where this bumper mounts to the frame, I guess. But it's still straight and everything. It doesn't look like it's affecting anything. Okay, let's come around to the side and the back here. Actually, let's go inside. So there's a little bit of damage on this center console there, you can see. And then obviously, you know, we mentioned earlier, these back seats don't match the front. They are from a Land Cruiser clearly, but it's a different Land Cruiser. And so there's a good chance we might just upholster everything leather in here, but then everything would match and nobody would even know. But yeah, so the seats, that's definitely one thing. Let's pop this back open. We mentioned earlier the shocks are, you know, lacking motivation. So gotta replace those. But if you take a look back here, a little bit of rust. I thought it was dirt at first, but that looks like rust. And then when we lift this, it smells like a little bit damp or something, but I think it's just this, maybe the carpet, but this doesn't look like rust, it just looks like dirt. So not too bad. And then some damage on that back, like wheel well hump or whatever. Oh yeah, and then this tail light, a little hairline crack there. It's an original Toyota tail light. You can see the words Toyota up top there. So a little bit of damage here in the corners. Okay, so I found another issue. This radiator is just completely pressed in. You can see the cross member there, and it should be fairly level with that. So you see on that side it gets more level, and on this side it's dipped in, which means that this bumper is probably not original. There is a dent here, as we said, so maybe that's related, and maybe this grille was replaced. We saw that repair over here, so it obviously cracked or something had happened. I don't see a red flag with this specific grille. It could just came off a different vehicle, but you can see that like this headlight is upside down, Sylvania. This one's right side up. So this has all been replaced at some point, which is normal. I mean, lots of these vehicles get parted and, you know, are mix match from different Land Cruisers that have died over the years. But that's definitely concerning because that could lead to a leak and other issues. I did not see anything dripping when we drove it in here. We left it running for a good while.
Felt like it ran smooth.
Yeah, so
These belts are all new.
and this is probably something, you know, unless I find something aftermarket that seems easy to slip in there, I probably would prefer Toyota do that repair and just replace that just to be safe. Because if we want to take a long road trip, I need to make sure that I believe in this thing. But yeah, so that's just another thing. But we're going to keep looking at this thing and figure out what the catch is, because I feel like this is too good to be true, and usually if that's the case, then that's usually the truth. So yeah, but still not bad so far. Okay, so found some rust. It looks like a little bit of rusting here. What we did find is an Oman Emu shock going across there on the axle, and it's rusty, but obviously it's not an original part. So, and then looks like they did some painting on some of this here, this cross member or whatever here. Oh, and then you can see a little bit of like paint imperfection here. So my guess is maybe it was in a front accident or something, and it wasn't too bad because it's cross membered, everything's fine, nothing's bent, but they had to replace the grill. The radiator was hurt but still working. They had to repaint some stuff, and you could see a little bit of imperfections here and there, but really this is not bad considering its age and stuff. This is pretty good. Sometimes you gotta look at it from underneath to see things. These tires are inner tube tires, so like a bike, they have a tube inside. Pretty neat. Can't go that fast with them, but yeah, supposedly these wheels are like from Arab style Land Cruisers, so that's interesting. Don't take my word for it though, I don't know anything about these. 6 or 7 things that we found that are showing some age, but I gotta be honest, for a 33-year-old vehicle, I really expected way worse. I'll eventually toss it on the lift here and take a look at underneath and see if there's any red flags. I kind of crawled underneath and took a look, but need to get it with some light. But man, so far we might have lucked out and scored a pretty good deal, so I'm really excited.